There's this thing that I think is very important when it comes to wrestling, sports, period. It's the package. It's the way that the star in any sport is about to be introduced to the world. It gives you a backstory, lets you know what the person's motives are, what the person's at, if there was any adversity, what their character is like, and then that way you can make your own decision as to whether you're going to invest in them or not. Bianca Belair, I'm gonna use her example. She's my fave right now for since she's been on the scene. Why? Because I can relate to Bianca, even though I'm a little older than her. I can relate to Bianca. She's a Southern girl. My family's from the South. She's college educated. I'm college educated. Her motives is just to be the best at everything she does, put her best foot forward, right? What is her adversity? Her adversity was she had an eating disorder. People put pressure on her to be the best, and she had to figure out where she fit in. She's the type to, when she goes for something, she goes 100%. What motivates her? Athleticism. She's self-motivating. And she's, on top of that, she's beautiful. She's the whole package. These are the things that draw people to Bianca Belair. Then you got her, you got that. Now we have to give her something that is her identifying signature. Her identifying signature is her big braid. She got that braid. She had it since she started WWE, going on 4 or 5 years, and that braid is her signature. And then her big move is the KOD, very protected move, kiss of death, right? So now that we know all of that, you can then figure out if you want to fuck with Bianca Belair or not. And then her music is good, fits her whole persona. Okay, so when you saw her in NXT, she was a heel. She did fantastic heel work. Now she's been a face for a long time because she has been the face of the women's division for basically 3 years. She was non-stop 3 years, right? Rhea Ripley, that's another one we could say about character work. She started out rough, really couldn't get a footing. Although she did win at WrestleMania, it wasn't as bombastic as when Bianca won, right? So then she got in, she joined the Judgment Day and started this like S&M latent dominatrix type character with dominant Mysterio, and then from there the undertones of sexuality, of taboo, of androgyny took her off. What is Rhea Ripley about? She's about dominance. She's about winning at all costs. She's about, brutality and just overt, just sexual tension that you don't know why you're attracted to her, but you know you're attracted to her. Then she doesn't look like every other wrestling star. She's unique in the black lipstick and the goth look, right? She's into the tattoo. She's into the rock music and all of that type of stuff. That resonates with the WWE audience historically. Okay, what is her adversity? Well, she had to find out who she was. When she started, she had long blonde hair because she thought that's what they wanted. And then she figured out, I'm going to be who I'm going to be, and I'm going to show the world to embrace who you are as a person, and that is how you get over, right? What is her signature move? She does the riptide, right? And then at the end of that, she'll say, now she's mommy on top. So she got her tagline. Right? Bianca Belair's tagline is, you can't have WrestleMania without EST. Or she is the EST, the bestest is everything of the WWE. Those two women give you exactly what character work is supposed to be. So when you have fans like me who turn to something like, I don't know, AEW for instance, and it's a lot of people I've never seen before, and I say, well, who's that? And you go and tell me that I don't know shit and I'm stupid and I'm not a real wrestling fan and you should Google. It's a turn off. I shared with you guys when Jade Cargill was in the match with Shaquille O'Neal and Cody Rhodes and his wife. And that was the match me and my homegirl watched. And she's like not all into wrestling, but she'll watch it with me because we be on the phone joking and stuff. So we watched. It was a good time. She said, well, who's Jade Cargill? And I was like, well, Jade Cargill, let me tell you about her, right? She's an athletic woman. She's like, technically she's from Jamaica, you know what I mean? And I'm going on and on and on about Jade Cargill because I'm excited. I did the work. I already know what's going on, so I could tell her about her. And I was like, listen, just look at her body. My friend's like, ooh, I like her. She is pretty. First thing she said was, ooh, she is pretty. Who is that? Even Cody's wife, her name slips me. Tell me her name in the comments if it doesn't pop up. She was like, "Oh, I'm a pretty black woman," and I'm like, "Oh, let me tell you about her, right?" So she was eating in WWE, and she was the ring announcer at first, right? And then woo. That is how you bring people in to watching wrestling. I think I said that in Wrestling 101 podcast that I put, how to get people on in wrestling. You have to be welcoming and open and tell people how these people are exciting you and why the new person that's coming, why they should matter. This is something O.J. Jackson had said, and he is Ice Cube's son, O.J. Jackson Sr. That's his son. So he made a very good point about what AEW fans and what pisses them off.
Man, but like the issue I have is, okay, for people who don't watch anything besides the two, okay, either whether you're younger or older, stuck in your ways. If I'm watching someone on AEW and I ask, who is this guy? I don't need you to tell me I'm not a real wrestling fan, to tell me how could you not know such and such who gives a damn? Like, I need you, all right, inform me, bro. Or at least have your programming in a way to let people know why you should love this dude, why you should fuck with this guy.
I agree. This is where a lot of the ladies that Triple H hired back in WWE, this is where they failed. Because Triple H didn't do his due diligence, which is amazing because he was running NXT for so long. This wasn't an issue. You got a package. You knew who was coming. You had all these things going on. It's like Triple H didn't do that on the main roster. Now, Vince McMahon wasn't doing it. He was just throwing them people out there like, you better sink or swim. I don't give a fuck. And if you don't do what I want, I'm firing your ass. So who are we talking about? Zoe Stark. She came up there. She got a program with Trish Stratus, but we didn't know shit about her really to be caring about her. Xia Li. They tried to make her into the defender of all people. Xia Li don't need that. Xia Li actually need to be in a program with Io Sky, but that's a different conversation. Didn't get a package. She's still floundering, right? Jade Cargill, listen, the only reason why she is in high demand right now is because she already did 2 years over at AEW. We already know who she is, so they don't have to give you a package. They brought her on in such a big, explosive fashion that we're just like, everybody's like, when's she coming? When's she coming? Then you had Tommaso Ciampa. Him and old boy from DIY, they up there and they're kind of floundering because no one really knows what the history of DIY is, right? It worked in NXT and they ran DIY in the ground because I got tired of their ass after a while too. I'm not even gonna lie, but it worked in NXT. It's not really working on the main roster because you didn't give nobody information as to why we should give a fuck about these two people together. Okay, Candice LeRae's husband, whatever his name is, because I don't like his face. That's why I don't remember his name. Then we have Tiffany Stratton, for instance. She just came to the main roster. And maybe it's because she has that it factor, that thing that she just melted into the women's division so seamlessly. Tiffy Tom, I'm rich, I'm this. She gives you like that quote unquote Paris Hilton, Barbie feel. You already know what she's about. She's about looks, winning, you stupid, I'm smart. When she came and smacked the shit out of me again, she made her statement, right? We know Naomi's got the glow. Naomi's coming out doing her thing, elevating the girls, glowing. Tegan Knox is one that faltered. I couldn't tell you nothing about Tegan Knox if you ask me what is her adversity and why should I care about her on the main roster. That's another one. Shotzi is another one. She could have got a better introduction. Shayna Baszler, even though she's the queen of spades, people don't know what to do with Shayna. Scarlett need to be by herself anyway. That's a whole nother conversation about that bullshit she locked in with her husband. But Scarlett, the smoke show, when she was on TNA, she could be a smoke show now in her own right. B-Fab, we got a little history about B-Fab because she was with the Hit Row, but she's floundering. So you need to tell me why she give a fuck about B-Fab and them terrible ass wigs and that outfit. She need to get her step her game up if she gonna be with the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley, because they dressing good. They just got fucking Dawkins getting his clothes together, and here she come looking like, you know, you could get her for like $30, not even $40. So she's gonna have to do something about that. Who else is floundering on there? Raquel Rodriguez. She needs some more character work. And I actually got a good idea that would probably elevate Raquel. Now that we know some information about her, that would elevate her character work, and she could lean into that. Piper Niven. She is a former champion. NXT UK champion. You wouldn't know that. Okay? Who else is faltered? On Nikki Cross. I don't even know what Nikki Cross is, but y'all could have linked into that. Repackage Nikki Cross. You know what I mean? Michin. Repackage Michin. I don't know what it is with Mia Yim and her character work, but she needs to get rid of that gangsterhood gimmick. Girl, it's not what you think is given. A lot of folks came up there and they faltered because they were not explained to the crowd. You have to explain why I should care about Katana Chance and Kaden Carter. First of all, they're two small women. They're very athletic, but their thing is we like to have fun in the club, and you should have fun too. I'm gonna need something else. Like that's not gonna move me. You understand? I need to see some type of adversity. That's why Cody Rhodes is going through what he's going through. It's the same formula of Rocky, the same formula of E.T., the same formula of Mac and Me. You got to know why these people are here and why I should care. Indy Hartwell. She just had a wrestling match in Elimination Chamber, not because people want to see her, but because she's Australian and they wanted her to get a little good time in her town. Outside of Australia, I don't know why I should care about Indy Hartwell. She doesn't do anything for me. Candice LeRae is actually damn good wrestler. She's real scrappy. But the way you calling her a poison pixie and all this, you're not explaining shit to me. You're not telling me why she with Johnny Gargano and why I should care about them. That's his name. I don't care about his face. Ivy now kind of got a cute little rollout, but you got to give me more. So I think we get the point of what I'm saying. And I hope they do that with Elektra Lopez now that she's up there. You got to... Character work is important. And so when I or anybody asks, who is that? Don't tell me you don't know who Toroshi Tanahashi is. You don't know who Honda Suzuki is. You don't know who Deborah Jones is. No, I don't. That's why I'm asking you. Can you tell me who the fuck they are? Well, you should Google it. I'm not about to Google nothing because you done pissed me off. Now I'm turning the channel. And it's not my job to Google all the time. It is the job of the people who's showing me this stuff to show it to me. Right now, Ashanti the Adonis and Cedric, you know what I'm talking about. Cedric are going to be a tag team. They're getting vignettes, trying to figure out how they're going to have clothes that match, what their theme music is going to be, what they're going to do. That is what you're supposed to do. Show us how they started out so I can cheer them on. I'm going to cheer Cedric Alexander. I'm going to cheer him on regardless because Cedric been around too long to be faltering where he's at. Okay? Ashanti the Dante is a very good wrestler, but his outfits and clothes suck. And he had Cedric in that tight ass leather jumpsuit, and that was hilarious. And Cedric got a big ass, and that was just not that's not gonna work. But that is how you get people on board. Help them feel like they are a part of the story. So when they start investing in these wrestlers, you'll have people pushing for them, and they'll be more inclined to do something like Cody deserves this and such deserves that. So I agree with O'Shea Jackson. I don't think anything was wrong. I think AEW fans and even some of the WWE fans heads are a little bit too far up their asses. Because a lot of y'all be talking about how you could do this and used to could do that. Some of y'all wasn't even born, and it was a problem then, it's a problem now, especially when you talk about the Attitude Era. That shit lasted no more than 3 years tops. Y'all talk about it like it was a whole 10 years spread. No, it wasn't. And it was some of the worst television on TV at the time. But that's neither here nor there. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments about O'Shea. Do you agree with him or don't you? Character work is important. Alright,